who all came out then from the Blue Jackets?
The entire team and their entire staff. So they were all curling. I think they had 8 teams of 4, so there was a ton of them. And yeah, they all had a great time.
Oh my gosh, had they ever curled before?
I think there was 2 players that had curled before. One of them I've coached before with a different team, but otherwise none of them had ever played.
And that's such a big turnout for people who are not curlers. What do you think made them, take you up on this invitation?
Um, I think like just getting. I mean, we went in Winnipeg. Like, not a lot of them, I'm sure, have ever played the sport, and getting to try something new, especially as professional athletes, like broadening your skill set and just trying different sports, I think is appealing to the organization.
Well, it does sound like they were enthusiastic with so many people coming. How did they do?
Um, I would say they definitely struggled at first. I think when I gave the demo, it made it look easier than it was. Um, so it was quite fun to watch like these professional athletes struggle at first, but a few of them definitely got the hang of it by the end of it.
Yeah. So were you excited to organize this? Like, what made you do it?
Yeah, I was super excited. Just getting to like be there with these athletes and just getting to show them my sport. Like, I've played hockey before, but like not a lot of hockey players play curling. So just getting to show them a different sport and how difficult it truly can be, just to kind of show these athletes what it's like. It's super, super exciting.
And you mentioned how they might have discovered that it's a little harder than it looks.
Yes, yeah.
What were some of the moments that stand out on those lines?
Well, most of them couldn't figure out like how, like which hand to throw with, like if they were left-handed, right-handed, like that was already an issue at the start. So like I answered a lot of questions on how to slide out. And then balance is such a huge issue. Like, it's all curling is all balance. So watching them try and slide out, and a lot of them bailed at first. So watching that was quite fun.
Well, yeah, because they're used to skates and all this padding. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
did they find like they couldn't move the right ways or?
Yeah, yeah, and just like trying to figure out like curling is such a touch sport, and a lot of them are used to like being able to muscle through everything and just use their strength, and they couldn't do that, and that was so a lot of their rocks went flying through the house right away, and so they had to learn to kind of dial her back.
And then how about like when they are throwing the rocks, like they have to get down kind of low. I don't know how, much stretching and yoga they've been
Yeah,
doing. Was that an
the
issue too?
first comment as soon as I slid out was, "Whoa, I cannot get that low." Like, all of them were like, "This is not gonna happen." And a few of them, after they slid out, like immediately started stretching on the side. So I knew that they realized they needed to stretch a bit more.
I hope nobody got hurt.
No, no, no one was hurt.
Oh, that's good. So, what was your impression of them, being willing to try and get out there and do that? Like, how were they as people?
Honestly, they were awesome. Like, they had so many questions. A lot of them were like got super into it. And like a few of the coaches have done it before. So like when they see their coaches like get all into it, it makes them even more competitive. And just watching that was quite fun. And they all of them were super into it after, and like asked a bazillion questions to try and get better. Most asked if there was if there was penalties, and I was like, no, it's not how curling works. But yeah, it was fun.
That's great. And how many people came out to watch them?
Just like my family. It wasn't really announced to the public. We wanted to keep it a little bit private just for them. So there was like my family and like the coach's family, was, and otherwise there was just like the ice makers at the rink.
And did word get out in the community? Maybe people in St. Adolphe were talking about it the next day, or?
Definitely people saw the Instagram posts after, and I definitely got a few questions of like, "Oh my God, like how was it? That's so cool." But yeah, people definitely saw it after.
That's great. So now we have to ask for you, is it go Jets go, or is it more go Blue Jackets now?
When they play the Jets, it's for sure go Blue Jackets. That's just how it has to be in this family, just because of my cousin. But whenever they're not playing the Jets, I can cheer for the Jets.
Okay, only when it's against the Jets. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, Lauren. Well, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about this awesome experience.
yeah. It was awesome. Thank you so much.